once again I have another remake of a recipe because I've been toying with it. And you know, summer's here. This is a great time to start having those salads for parties, stuff in the refrigerator that you can eat all week. And I've decided, crap on my cutting board, is I'm going to remake my pasta salad. Okay. So first we're going to start with the dressing. Back to the old immersion blender. I know you haven't seen this in a while. But first thing I did, went out this morning, just cut a handful of Italian parsley. That's kind of one of the things in the base of it. And I've been toying with the vinegar the whole thing. And I really think I'm sticking with balsamic vinegar. I think it works out better. So I want about a quarter cup. You can measure if you want. And it's tres, cuatro, cinco, yeah, okay. We can add more as necessary. So here's where it gets interesting. I want some Dijon mustard. Now, if you're not a huge fan, we still need it as an emulsifier, so we want at least a tablespoon in here. That's about 2 tablespoons, because I like it. Now, we're getting all this acid in here, right? And all this. So we want to offset it, bring out some flavor. So I need a little honey. This is some orange blossom honey. I think it's local. And I really only need a tablespoon. Okay. Something else I got, because I'm sticking back to the acid. I have 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Ooh. I get that citrus, je ne sais quoi. Okay, now I found these really cute basil leaves. These are like miniature, and I thought they'd be good to try. If they're not, you'll never know because you're not tasting it, right? So I took some cloves of garlic, cut them in half, got like 4 cloves, they weren't huge. And the other thing I want to do for flavor, this is kind of funny. My neighbor grew some oregano and dried it. And it's really unique. It's not typical what I think of oregano, and it's got a lot of wallop to it, so to speak. So I want to be a little careful and not put too much in, because it's really easy when you have this big huge thing of what I want to use. So I'm going to start with like not even half a tablespoon. Yeah, maybe I do want half because I kind of shorted it there. This ain't going to last me a year. It's really good though. And now, there's not a whole lot in here, so I do want to start with a little bit of olive oil just so I got something for the blender to hit. This won't be all, so I want about a quarter cup. We're going to end up with about half a cup. Here we go. The other quarter cup. You could use a regular blender, and I might have should have. It does smell lovely though. It's too tiring. I got more green stuff than I got liquid. It's pretty well beat up though by now, so. So I need a little more balsamic because I got so much green in here. And I can tell it's getting pretty diluted by the olive oil, so we're going to give it another shot. That was a big shot. And we're going to give it another shot of olive oil. There we go. Because I want plenty of dressing for this. Really good now. Just trying to get a chance for everything. Do my little search to make sure there's nothing too big in here. A little while ago I saw a pretty big chunk of garlic. I want to make sure it's gone. Okay, that is absolutely perfect. First, we always unplug. Safety first. Take this off. So now, I use the big bowl because I really want to get that immersion blender in there. Like I said, you could use a regular blender if you want, because I bought one. Alright, so I got myself a pretty good sized bowl. Probably should have had a bigger one, but that takes away from how it looks. But maybe, let me think here. I got a lot of stuff to put in here. Well, I don't need it all. But I had some pasta I cooked, and obviously I put some olive oil on it so it didn't get all sticky, funky, and I've had it in the fridge. I use about half. Alright, let me wash my hands. to the beginning, right? So, what do I got to put in here? I got some scallions and red onion. I want to get the pungent stuff in here first. I got some black olives, got a whole can already sliced because it's so much easier. And they were on sale. I got me cut up red onion, I diced it up nice. So I got these little teeny tiny tomatoes. I'm not going to put them in yet because I don't want to crush them. And I cubed up some Genoa salami and a little pepperoni. Alright. So, what I want to do is get a little of my dressing in here so we can start the whole process. And I need a spoon. I had my funky spatula, but I didn't have a spoon. So let's just start getting this tossed around. Doesn't it look lovely? It smells really good. And before I forget, fresh black ground pepper for about this long. Alright, so we're getting everything started. I really want to see how far you kind of have to marinate all this stuff, right? Use whatever brand of pasta you like. I like the stuff that kind of holds up better. This is Ronzoni by chance. Don't overcook it. Keep it al dente or firm, because it's going to soften up a little bit as all that vinegar starts to hit it. So I'm setting that aside for a second because, like I said, the tomatoes come later. But in the meantime, I got some mozzarella here. And mozzarella is kind of funny to cut because it sticks to your blade. So I've got a fillet knife here, and we're not afraid of olive oil, right? Because olive oil is in it. So I'm just make sure I got some olive oil on my knife, right? Nice and coated. Then this has already been sliced. I bought it that way. I just want to figure out, I want the chunks about as big as the chunks of meat. The end is, can you believe I did that? That's true, I did. Live and learn. Have better control of your kitchen. Don't let your hands get dirty because you don't want the knife to slide through your hand and cut you. This is a whole pound and I want to use about half of it. pay attention to your knife. Don't hold it upside down by mistake and go to push on the blade. That could have a negative effect on your celebration. And I'm just going to finish this up. See how this makes quick work out of this whole process? Okay. So just remember how handy that was. Just a little bit of oil, and you can see the oil's still on there. I mean, really, and oh look, wipes clean. What a concept. You can use that for just about anything. When you cut potatoes, anything. Alright, so let's get this out of my way. This is getting heavy, okay? Not kidding. I'll put this lid on, just so I don't knock it over. And we're just going to break these up here a little bit. I had them sitting out of the fridge just a few minutes too long and they started to soften so they didn't break it easily, but you can make quick work out of it. When I start tossing it, it'll and if you do see any, and if you weren't watching me, I'd be probably just using my hands to do this, but I'm trying to show you, don't want someone to tell me violating some food safety. Call the CDC on me. All right. Just about there. Just trying to make it perfect. And you can see that dressing is really getting in there. Pretty happy with the portions of everything. This isn't for sissies. So you want to make sure you got all sorts of good stuff. Less pasta, more junk. And the mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, is really starting to turn from the balsamic vinegar. So I know I did my job. I'm kind of looking on the bottom to make sure that I don't have a huge puddle because I don't want everything to get funky from it. Too much dressing, you just drown something out. It's no good, no good, no good, don't do that. So, before I get finished on this, I need some fresh Parmesan cheese. I'm going to use about a 1/4 cup. This just adds another level of nice kind of exotic bite to it. Always bring up from the bottom. Don't go be wild about this because she'll just tear up everything and you end up looking like baby food or something. Just keep an eye to make sure it's all mixing up well. Okay. So you can tell what I like in my pasta salad and what I don't like. But you do have to add a little tomato. Like I said, I want to put those in right towards the end so they don't get all beat up. Lots of red onion, whole bunch of scallions. I'm always looking to make sure there's not a puddle on the bottom, and there isn't, so I think we're good. Now this needs to go in the fridge and just marinate. Wow. That's really good. Outdid myself. Holy cats. Yeah. I really like the fact that we cut some of that acid. The lemon juice comes through, but that honey kind of bursts. Obviously the Dijon mustard is important, balsamic vinegar. I think it just adds so much more depth than just red wine vinegar. And, you know, I'm not as pushy, but, you know, do buy a decent brand of olive oil. It does actually make a difference. You should be able to, you know, put some on your finger and, you know, I don't drink it by the cupful, but, you know, some people do. But, you know, certainly you can tell the difference if it's too cheesy. But this is really, I mean, this is beautiful. More in taste. You know, I always laugh. I never ate pasta salad because I thought visually it just looked really horrible. But once you learn and you eat it, this is really good. Word to the wise, eat it and enjoy it. And I obviously will see you next time with another, many times over, great recipe. Thank you. Have a great day.